Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. Today I'm doing my look back at what I played last month, that month being January of 2023. Not only am I looking back at what I played, I'm kind of filtering out all the stuff you don't really care about, and I'm just breaking down all the new to me games in the order in which I preferred them, or my enjoyment, or whatever you want to call it. The top 11 in this case. I played 11 new games in January of 2023, and I'm going to talk about those 11 in the order that I kind of enjoyed them. But before we get to that, let's look at what I released last month in case you missed a video, because sometimes YouTube gets a little finicky, or, for whatever reason, maybe you didn't see them all. So let's start there with the videos I released in January. I released 7 new videos in January. That's the 4 or 5 that hit on the Sundays when I released, as well as a couple other videos that were thrown in between. The first video I released was on the first of the month, and that was when I looked back at the 20 new to me games that I played last year, or my favorite new games that I learned about in 2022. Those aren't necessarily 2022 games, although a few of them were, but they're the games that I really enjoyed having learned last year and playing for the first time. And if you want to check out that video, it's still there somewhere, wherever here is. I'm going to try to pop that in there. But those are the top 20 new to me games from last year. Then I followed that up with this very video, which was December in review, when I looked back at everything I had, played in December and the videos I released in December. I followed that up with one of my favorite component series. In this case, is the Pop Funkoverse games. So if you want to check out those my favorite component series, not many people are looking at them, but I think they're fun. And if nothing else, they're short and easy to watch real quick. Then I released the 10 games I'm excited for in 2023. Just like everybody else is releasing in January, I also released what videos I'm excited for in 2023. And then I think the most unique video I released last month was my 8 unpopular opinions, because that's a video that, while people have done it from time to time, it's not the everybody doing their end of year or look forwards, which is what my other videos were for the most part. So my 8 unpopular opinions, and I asked you to tell me why I'm wrong in the comments below, and a few people agreed with me. So maybe my opinions weren't that unpopular anyway. And then I released my Eating After Midnight, as the little series I do from time to time, another short video where I ask a question or pose a general, just kind of shower thought, if you will. In this case, it was just me catching up on the few things I missed in my other videos, that being the new to me games in 2022 that somehow didn't make it onto my list because I just overlooked them, and one 2023 game I found out about after the fact that I added to that list. And then finally, the last video I released last month was my review of Discordia. That was a game that was released last year that I liked, and if you want to know more about it, I did a little playthrough and my thoughts in the Gizmo format, and I'll try to post that up here as well. I think I got that right that time. All right, enough about that stuff. You don't care about those videos. You've already seen them, hopefully. Let's look at what we've got coming now. So in this video, the main thing I want to look at is the games that I really enjoyed playing in January of 2023. Again, I had 11 new to me games, another big month for me getting new games played. That comes with getting the holidays time to play and new games for the holidays, as well as like some of the games that came in just before the holidays started, from SN and Kickstarter and whatnot. So I've continued playing those games. In total, I played 77 games in January. I think that's probably my biggest month yet. 77 games I got to the table. 36 different games, meaning 41 games. I think that math right. 77 minus 41 is 36. Yes. 36 different games, 41 repeats along the way. Some of them were the same game multiple times. Shout out to the game over my shoulder. I think I played it 6 times in January. The Magnificent, I really have been enjoying that game of late, so that's why it's kind of in my display cube there. On top of that, I had just 7 games were repeated from last month, so if I were to do the whole breakdown of everything like I used to in the past, there would only have been 7 repeats from last month. So I really did go out of my way to try to get some new things to the table and some old things to the table that I hadn't played before. All right, with all that said, let's look at the 11 new to me games that I want to break down in, kind of a top 11 order. But before that, I want to mention an honorable mention. This is a game I hadn't played in a while that I got to the table in January and I really enjoy. And I played it obviously in the past, but it's been a while. In this case, it's Forbidden Island. It's a cooperative game about trying to just get 4 different artifacts off the island. So you got to collect cards to collect the artifacts, going to the right place on the island, and you're flipping the tiles over and taking them off the board if they disappear. And you just need to collect all your artifacts and get off before you have no island left. It's a lot of fun, and I enjoyed playing that again in January. All right, enough of the old. Let's look at the new. What were new to me games that I played in January 2023? Let's start off with my number 11. I guess I'll say least favorite, although I liked the game. It's just not as much as I had hoped when I got it, and that's fine, no big deal. But the number 11 new to me game out of the 11 new ones I played in January is New York Slice. And this is a I split you choose game where you've got a bunch of pieces of pizza. I think 11 make the whole pizza. And then depending on the number of players, you're dividing those into numerous portions with a little scorecard going with one of the sections as well. And then whoever made the slices is going to be the last one to pick them, and what kind of pizza you get dictates the points you get. And I knew this was kind of a light game that got a lot of decent reviews, so I figured I'd add it to my collection because I didn't have that many light, easy, quick playing games in my collection, and I wanted to give it a try. And it worked out okay. My problem with it is it's just not a lot of strategic element to it. There's a little bit of luck, and it played not as exciting as I wanted. I would have liked to have gone around the table twice instead of just once, but that would have been a lot more pieces for the box. I played this in a group of 2, that is me and my daughter, and in a group of 5, and I had an okay time with both. Not the greatest, not the most or least fun. I would recommend the game for sure, especially if you're looking for a light, easy filler that people can get up with the theme. Everybody likes pizza, or I think everybody likes pizza, and it's not too hard to learn. I just not as exciting as I had hoped it would be in the decision space. All right, my 10th favorite new to me game in January is a game called Kaboom Universe, and this is a little game where you're playing out dinosaurs and you're trying to protect them from meteor showers, and those meteor showers are going to be coming from people playing from their hand the cards that are meteor showers, and you've got deflector cards that you can bounce the meteors off towards other players. If dinosaur takes 1 big meteor or 2 small meteors, they're out, and you're going to get points based on the dinosaurs you have in front of you when either the kaboom goes off or when somebody has 5 dinosaurs in front of them. That'll be the end of the round, and you play 3 rounds, and you get points based on the dinosaurs you have in play at the end of each round. And each dinosaur has its kind of own unique little ability. It was a real fun, neat little filler game. I enjoyed playing it, and I wouldn't mind playing it again either. Again, it was another one of those light, quick, and easy teach games, and this is not a game I own, so that's also nice to have not supplied a game for one. All right, my 9th favorite new to me game in January is Wild Tales, a pirate legacy game from Button Shy. This is an 18 card game that is a legacy game, and it's got multi-use cards. You're going out and you're trying to complete quests, and as you complete different things, you're going to get more things you can add to your cards. You're going to mark them or sticker them or whatever. I haven't got long into it, but it's really neat to play a legacy style game with just 18 cards at your disposal. So I think this is a great job by Button Shy, and I don't remember who designed this specific game offhand, but it's a really unique experience, I think, for what it is. I've played numerous 18-card games. I played quite a handful of legacy games, but never the two together until now when I played Wild Tales, a pirate legacy game from Button Shy. All right, my 8th favorite new to me game from January is a game called Captain Sonar. This is a team versus team real-life battleship game. We played it 3-on-3, and it was a lot of fun. It's just crazy little strategy. You're controlling the ship in real time, and you're trying to listen in on your opponent's ship and guess their movement using dry erase boards, and you're shooting torpedoes and dropping mines and listening in on sonar. And it was a great little fun game, and I've been wanting to try this ever since I saw it at Essen when I went back in 2017, and I finally got a chance. I had a group and the game, and we made it happen, and might make it happen again here in the next week or two before I got to send it back to the library. All right, my 7th favorite game from January is Abyss. This is another game I've been looking forward to for a while, just because I really like the cover. It's a little card builder game where you're getting cards, and then you're using those cards to get the lords of the council, I think it is, and you get enough of those and powers, you can get some locations that are going to give you scoring, and it's just a unique game that I really enjoyed playing. I always enjoy kind of card deck builder style games, although this isn't necessarily a deck builder. It is card drafting manipulation and a little bit of auctioning even, but not in the normal auction style. So that's my 7th favorite new to me game in January, Abyss. All right, my 6th favorite new to me game from January is going to be Living Forest, and this is another tableau card builder. A little bit of press your luck element going on it too. As you're playing cards out, you're trying to not get 3 of a certain symbol, because that'll end your turn, and then you only have 1 action of the 4 or 5 total actions that would be available. But if you don't bust and you stop ahead of time, then you're going to take 2 of the various actions, and you're trying to put out fires on the forest, and you're trying to build up your deck. That's one of your actions, is buying more cards. You've got a tableau where you're placing some cards, squares on various different forest types, tree types, I guess, that are also going to give you like bonus abilities and power. So it's just a lot of fun. It sounds like it could be heavy, but it's really not. Pretty lightweight. I've only played it solo so far, but I think I could get this into a crowd pretty easily as well. That's Living Forest. All right, my number 5 favorite new to me game from January is Bad Company. Bad Company is a game where it's you're rolling dice, and whoever's the roller is going to pair up there's 4 used dice and then 1 police dice, but the 4 dice are going to be paired up by 1 person, and then you're going to have this tableau where you're stacking more and more bodies on top of each other, and you're getting better and better, stronger abilities as you do this. It's just a funny little game where you're generating resources and building your tableau to generate more resources, and then you're using those resources to turn in the heists. And when you collect enough heists, the game will end. All the while, you're trying to stay ahead of the police car, which is trying to catch you because you are a gang of thieves. Excuse my phone. You are a gang of thieves that are working together to, or not working together. You're working, against your opponents with your gang to complete the heist, to get the points, to win the overall game. That's Bad Company, my number 5 favorite new to me game from January. All right, my number 4 favorite new to me game from January is a game that I've been looking forward to for a long time, if nothing else for the name of the game. It's Point Salad. I really enjoy point salad style games where just you're trying to get points of everywhere. I've been intrigued by Point Salad, the game, for a long time, and I finally picked it up and played it. And in Point Salad, you're literally just taking the bits of a salad or card worth points. And at the end of the game, i.e. when all the cards run out, you just see how you scored based on what you got as far as your salad and your points go. And you're just trying to get the highest score. It's easy to teach. I think I just taught it to you. It's easy to teach, easy to play. Plays pretty quick, and I really enjoyed it. Lots of variety because every card is different in its points and or salad item. So I really liked Point Salad, as I kind of suspected I would, even if it is a lot lighter than what I typically play in my Point Salad games. All right, my number 3 game is my first physical Uwe Rosenberg game and 2nd overall. It is just right there. I can't do this very good, but yeah, right there. New York Zoo. New York Zoo is a little bit of a polyomino game where you're putting little zoo animals into your zoo points on the board. I'm going to say zoo a lot because it's New York Zoo. But you're going around the track with your elephant to dictate whether you're going to take another polyomino to put in your zoo or take some animals to put on those polyomino spaces. And your whole objective is to fill your board of polyominoes. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty light, pretty quick, pretty easy, but a lot of thinking into it as well as you're trying to do what you can to generate the animals to clear out the pieces to get more pieces onto the board. It's New York Zoo. I really liked that one. All right, and then the two big ones, they were big on the hot list at the end of last year, big on the hot list still for the most part this year. And they're the two games I was most looking forward to get my hands on and playing. And naturally, I played them pretty much as soon as I got them in hand. So my number 2 favorite new to me game in January of 2023 is Endless Winter Paleo Americans. This is a game where it's tableau building, resource generation, people on the map, area control. It's a little bit of everything. Worker placement, did I say that? I don't remember. Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. It's really fun. Little puzzle. You've got 3 workers that are going to generate all your actions. And there's so many places you can go. And I don't even have any of the expansions yet. So but I really enjoyed Endless Winter Paleo Americans. I figured I would, just knowing the style of game it was. And it was definitely very, very fun, very enjoyable experience. A lot of thinking involved, and I've been playing it a lot solo, and I played it with other folks as well. So I've gotten quite a few plays of it under my belt, and it's been enjoyable each time, but not quite as enjoyable as my number 1. And my favorite new to me game in January of 2023 is Heat, Pedal to the Metal. This is a game that everybody's been talking about, and it's lived up to its hype. Days of Wonder has done a great job with this game, and whoever the designer is who did Flamme Rouge just knocked it out of the park. I haven't played Flamme Rouge, and I don't think I ever will at this point because from everything I've heard, Heat, Pedal to the Metal has just taken everything from that game and made it better. But it's a lot of fun. You feel like you're racing around the track. You're playing cards in your hand. You're pressing your luck at times. You're doing everything you can to stay ahead. And it was such an enjoyable experience. We've played it numerous times. My daughter liked it. My friends like it. The solo mode is outstanding and easy to play. And if you haven't already checked out a video on Heat, Pedal to the Metal, I recommend checking out somebody's video if it intrigues you in any way, shape, or form, and you have no information about it, because it's well worth it. That being said, it's almost impossible to find. I had to get my copy from Finland, and I'm here in Germany because I just couldn't find any copies of it anywhere in the world except for being able to get it shipped from Finland and having to print off the English instructions. So good luck finding it if you're interested in Heat, Pedal to the Metal. I really enjoyed it. Really lived up to all the hype that everybody's been giving it. And that is why it is my number 1 game of 2023 that was new to me. So there you have it. That's my list. That's the 11 new to me games that I really enjoyed playing and learning in January. And then also the look back at the videos I put out in January. Hopefully you check them out. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please click the button below. I really appreciate it. It keeps me going knowing that people have slowly been trickling into my channel and liking what I'm doing here. Comment below what you played in January, what your favorites were, what your least favorites were, and if you agree or disagree with any of my top 11 games. That being said, I will catch you next time. Bye.